How's the hair? What? It's the bad hair show.
This is it, the big one, the very grand tour of the breathtaking Balkans. In June 2024, 7 friends drove to the Balkans to ride some of the most spectacular and challenging roads of the Trans-Euro Trail. An attempt to find and search for the wild, search for the roughest tracks, the steepest climbs and the roughest terrain. In short, one of the biggest challenges the Trans-Euro Trail has to offer.
It looks so fucking scary from down there going up this. I can't believe I made it up.
With one reward in mind, to get to ride in landscape and scenery that will have you say over and over again, this is the most amazing place I've ever ridden my motorbike. Follow us on a journey of a lifetime, 3,000 kilometers through 4 countries in the breathtaking Balkans, a grand tour of the Trans-Euro Trail. It's a story told about riding a motorcycle, about friendship, about overcoming fear and challenges together, and about living out your dreams.
Jump in the water. Øj, det bliver en lang film her. Kom nu.
You have to change memory card.
Get park here, mate.
This is where we parked it last time, on the summit of Mountain Bjelašnica in the Dinaric Alps. In 1878, this was where the first ever meteorological station in the Balkans was built, and in 1984, the buildings here were used for the Winter Olympics. During the Yugoslavian War in 1993, the same buildings were bombed, and the mountain served as an important military outpost just outside of Sarajevo. Today, it's the summit of a ski resort, Babindou, and in summertime used by idiots like us who gets a kick out of riding heavy adventure bikes up a ski slope.
Alright, so we just rode up a ski slope.
A ski slope, yeah. It looks so fucking... Oh, can't say that. It looked very... I'll bleep it out. It looks so fucking scary from down there going up this. I can't believe I made it up.
We did, however, make it up. The 4 of us. Ingmar, Johannes, Rasmus and I. While Sven circled around the mountain on the main TET line, and Jake and Stefan were skipping the TET altogether and rode tarmac because of their sprained ankles. And we were now to ride down the other side of the ski slope, on the much easier tracks, to meet up with first of all Sven, but later that evening also Jake and Stefan.
Jeg kommer lige foran dig, Johannes. Let's come in front of you.
Ja. Var det motorcykel andre veien?
Ja. Ah, ja.
En GS, er det ikke det? Nei. Var det ikke
If you're riding the TET here and wants to reach the summit of Bjelašnica without the thrill of riding up the steep ski slopes, this other route to the summit on the challenging section is much less scary, and the view from the summit is definitely worth the ride up.
Ser så ut.
See a shortcut? Oh. You take it. I'll stick to this one.
When you do reach the summit here, a little mini top tip is, when you go down again, don't forget any of your belongings on the summit.
Daniel, Johannes.
Ja.
Jag glömde min
Shit. Nej! Tag det lugnt, Rasmus. Der er ingen stress. Han kommer til at køre som helt sindssyg på vej derop nu.
So while Rasmus, surely full throttle in second gear, got back up and picked up his backpack, the rest of us counted the sheep and enjoyed the view. It didn't take long for Rasmus to pick up his backpack, and in the meantime, we had guided Sven to where we were, and together we continued on the TET.
Not a bad road this either. If I didn't know any better, I thought we'd be in Montenegro.
After the summit, the TET goes at nearly 2,000 meters of altitude on the plateau. The roads here are beautiful and buttery smooth, first tarmac and then onto some really nice gravel tracks. This is proper GS country, flat and smooth gravel with beautiful views, and once in a while, even a glimpse of wild horses. There is a few downsides to the fast and smooth tracks though. First of all, it's quite dry up here, and that combined with fairly fast roads means that if you're not the front guy in the group, beautiful views up here can become quite blurred and dusty.
Eating dust again. Do you want to go in front? You have the map. I don't. Okay. Oh, a lot of rocks here. Big, hard ones. And I did not say hard on.
Try and fight the dust, and to be honest also the fatigue after having been riding 10 days from morning till evening. We found ourselves looking for detours.
Ja, måske. Jeg ved det ikke.
People come riding the TET here for many different reasons. If you are the classic GS rider and enjoys big fast gravel roads, there's plenty of that.
You can still feel in the engine that we're so high up. Power slides, it's not that easy.
But for people like us who crave the rocky hard trail and the physical challenge, TET Bosnia luckily provides well for both types of riders. The main TET route here isn't too hard, and it's beautiful.
Oh, look at this view coming up.
Something I think most TET riders can appreciate.
Wow.
But the addition of the challenging sections here, which for the average rider really is quite challenging, makes it a TET country you really shouldn't miss.
Yeah. There's going straight ahead and there's a T section.
No, you go to the right.
Okay. I'll put on my GPS. This is stupid.
Our next goal was to get off the plateau and towards the next challenging sections, which goes over a very steep mountain range near Mostar. And after that to meet up with Jake and Stefan for our overnight stay. Getting there meant descending off the Plateau of Bjelašnica, which offered us some pretty epic views.
Oh, this looks beautiful.
But getting off the plateau and the cool mountain air also meant a very steep incline in the temperature.
You can feel the heat now.
Ja, fy fan vad hårt.
Yeah, now continue rolling.
It's a little bit uncomfortable not having that size stand when you have to do a piss, Johannes.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah, it does. It's just like sitting down piss. With a view. I just need to stand here for 1 second and look at this. Holy shit, what a view. What a view. Yeah. Ingvar, can you see the altitude? We're below the tree line again, obviously, but...
Yeah, 730 meters.
730, yeah. Bare kom, Ingvar. Bare kom. Hello, hello.
I hate riding in the cold and rain. I'll take a warm, dusty summer day over a cold and wet ride any day. but the way the heat impacts you is a factor you should always take into account.
Don't forget to look at the road, Daniel.
Your mind becomes a bit hazy, and you tend to be less focused, and it really wears on you physically in a different way.
Try to take a shortcut.
Ja. Hva? Ja, ja. Ellers så kan du tage dækket, Ingvar. Så tager Johannes styret, så tager jeg bagenden. Nå, nej. Er det kun den ene side, der løber benzin ud af den?
Så Daniel henter min da, så tar han sin.
Ja, jeg er stærkere end du. Det var weird logic, det der.
Ja, det funker jo.
Ja, det funker. Look at those mountain boys. Yeah. On a challenging section that we have no idea what is. Should be exciting.
The thing about the challenging sections here is that you don't really know what you get yourself into, which in many ways makes the adventure real. The riding towards the unknown and a challenge that you're not absolutely sure you can muster, especially after 10 days of riding. And having seen from afar how steep the mountains of Velež rose up from out of nothing, the challenging sections right in front of us gave me that nervous and uncertain feeling as we got closer.
Where did that come from? Yeah.
Yeah, just keep the speed up, Daniel.
Okay. I need to reassess this.
But it's okay. It's okay. Go now.
Det ikke det beste jeg har gjort.
You just leave the bike there.
Oj, oj, oj. Ej, jeg kommer jo aldrig op her. Ja, jeg vet. Helvete. I don't think it went into my boots.
The climb up to above the tree lines was, to be honest, quite brutal. It took us almost an hour to climb through really steep and rocky trails, with big step-ups that threw you from side to side. And when it wasn't really steep and rocky, it was really wet and muddy. and in front of us was still the climb to the very top of the peak Brasina.
Sig til, hvis det bliver vanvittigt, Ingvar, ikke?
There's only one track leading to the peak, which means reaching the top is only for the point of reaching the top. After that, you have to descend the same track down to reach the track we had just left, and then continue towards Mostar. Rasmus and Johannes had already set off. Ingvar and I fell back a bit. At first quite hesitant whether or not we had energy left for the climb, or if we were better off saving that last bit of energy for the descent towards Mostar. But we quickly decided that we had to give it a go.
Whew.
Do you know what time it is, Ingvar? Do you know what time it is? Okay, so it's 6 p.m. Ingvar and I has thrown in the towel here halfway up one of the... Wow, look at the moon over there, Ingvar. Behind you, look at the hill. That looks insane. Anyway, Ingvar and me gave up halfway up one of the challenging sections here on the Bosnian TET. It's 6 o'clock in the evening, otherwise we would have headed up. We've been driving since 9 this morning. We're tired. And Ingvar's been babysitting me for the last hour, going up some really tricky forest tracks. That was a test. So we're all a bit tired. We're a bit sliten. So vi har sagt, as we said many times. But yeah, this view doesn't matter. It's gonna look just as fine as here as on the top. Johannes, Rasmus, they're up there. They never get tired. We're waiting for them here.
Do you think this is Mostar?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Let's get the fuck down here and find out. Yeah. Nice, Johannes. Let's hope you don't get a crash now in these fucking hairpins where I can't reach the ground because of my short ass long legs. Short ass legs. I don't know anymore. I'm tired. Jeg synes det var jobbigere at gå op af alt det andet vi har været igennem, hvis jeg skal være helt ærlig. Ja, altså det er på vej op til det her. Det synes jeg var led. Nej, det er hårdt at stå, det er hårdt at stå så længe. Men det er ikke lige så teknisk. Det er ikke lige så teknisk venligt som det andet. Ja. I think you go faster upwards than you do downwards. Some big ass step downs here on the right. I'll go this way. Holy smokes.
Just to wrap it up, we are in Mostar, right? Mostar. Did I turn on the sound, the microphone? Just to wrap it up, we are in Mostar. Beautiful town in Bosnia. Beautiful mountains surrounding it, and How many hours, Johannes, did we spend climbing up that mountain? And going, climbing up was...
An hour?
No, more.
Straight up?
No.
2 hours?
From when we started going up through the forest and then the muddy tracks and then the rocky tracks all the way up, 2 hours.
2 hours. And 2 hours down.
My hands have never been cramping so hard. I've never tried anything like it. And then almost, I think, an hour, maybe a little less going down. It just kept going on and on and on. Hairpins, what's the name? What's the name, Johannes? Hairpin turns.
Hairpin.
And my short legs are not long enough for that T7 when I stall it a bit in a hairpin and I stall on the high side. So I had one little tumble, but I'm actually proud I didn't have more than one tumble. It was really rough. It was quite rough going, to be honest. Some of the roughest we've had on this trip, I think. Don't you agree, Johannes? I'm gonna let Johannes finish off here from Mostar today. Come here, my friend. You look better in a.
I have wet hands.
You look better. Your upper body is a little bit more.
But you like Central American. I'm like Alaskan. You're scooching my caduceus. Thank you for that. What a day, man.
What a day. It was a tough day, but it was worth it. And the views on that mountain was pretty epic. And the ski slope, that was amazing as well.
Straight up.
I did not expect this from Bosnia. I didn't. I thought it would be way more forest tracks, more like Croatia, where you had some cliff and some mountains, but this was amazing.
Yeah, so much variation.
I need a beer. If I don't get a beer within very short amount of time, I'm gonna be cranky.
Yeah,
but
I can imagine.
what a day.
Det var en gång, det var skitdyrt och dåligt.
I mentioned in one of the earlier episodes that I didn't really know what to expect of Bosnia and Herzegovina. But whatever my expectations might have been, Bosnia and Herzegovina had exceeded it, in every way. The landscape is far more beautiful than I thought it would be. The riding was far more challenging than I thought it would be. Not only because the trails itself was hard, but the sheer steepness really gave that extra element of fear, because you're also exposed to massive heights and that weird feeling of vertigo. Arriving in Mostar, to a house with a pool, and to be together all 7 guys again, was the perfect ending to a perfect day on the bike.
Spørgsmålet er, om det er dig, der er the scandiest of flick. The flickiest of scandies.
A proper adventure should give you that feeling of being uneasy, a bit nervous, and even a bit scared from time to time. It really pushes your limits as a rider, and riding with your mates and helping each other when you do hit that low point of being uneasy or simply just plain out of energy, it creates a fantastic bond and friendship. There's no hiding by now that we were tired, both physically and mentally, but we helped each other through it. And arriving here in this beautiful sunset after the worst of the excruciating heat had worn off, we could simply relax, recover and regenerate, and we really needed that.
When she was
Han vet det i filmen, se på han. Se på Scaniflick, modellen.
Scaniflick is tired.
Fy fan vad läcker han är.
Scaniflick's hands are tired.
The hair whisperer.
Så smooth. Fix the hair, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, fy fan. You could have been on the Bosnian breakfast TV this morning.
The next morning we set off again. Now 6 out of 7 riders complete.
Day 3 of Bosnia Herzegovina on the TET north of Mostar. We have Jake with us again, behind me. For a while, let's see. Hopefully, you can stick with us all day, Jake.
Jake's ankle was a bit better, but still not well enough to handle the gear changes.
Thank you, Johanna.
So he built a suicide shifter with a piece of paracord that he could pull to shift up through the gears.
I'm coming to your right side, Sven. Stay left, stay left. And I'm passing you on the right as well, Jake. Keep left.
Just keep your speed up.
Yeah, there's rocks everywhere now, so this is quite tricky, guys. Just letting you know, quite tricky this little bit. Anybody stop?
Just get space there.
Yeah. Jake, are you through it?
Yeah.
Good, man.
Done about Sven. I slowed him up by flailing all over the shop.
Yeah, good, Sven. Good. Big ass rock on the left. Everybody's no, everybody's up.
The rest of us had no interest in racing on this day 11 of riding, and we were quite happy to take it easy. So we took turns to guide and warn the riders behind us of any upcoming obstacles.
Nice roads.
Yeah, super nice road. Look at that cow down there having a time of his life, if you have time.
Keep riding.
The tracks that morning were quite easy and fast, and we helped each other get through it. Jake with his sprained ankle, and Sven, who by now had tumbled so many times that his main concern was to get himself and his bike through the rest of the trip in one piece. And the rest of us didn't have the biggest appetite for rough tracks either. The fatigue from the last many days had definitely set in. So at the first challenging section we met, a return trip to the summit Plochno at 2,228 meters of altitude of the mountains Verniska, we quickly decided to skip it.
I guess that's the mountain you could choose to go up on, the right in front of us, isn't it? Not today, Satan. Not today.
Skipping the challenging section didn't mean we would run out of challenges though, as we shortly after hit our second puncture of the entire trip.
You need an inner.
Someone can remove my valve cap from the rear.
What are you doing, Johannes?
Since the T7s are so heavy, they all get flats, I figured I could change the air filter or pre-filter on my bike while waiting. Let's have a look at it. Well, looks fine to me, right? Yeah, but that's nice. That's the main filter, all nice and clean. You can see how the grease on the edges here have been doing their work. If I remove this now, you could see that the airbox would most likely be all clean, but I don't want all this to drop into it, so I'll leave it at that.
For once it's you we're waiting for, Rasmus.
Yeah.
That's the first time. No, you left your bag on the top of a mountain yesterday.
But that was only 10 minutes.
How'd it feel to be back, Jake? Go on.
Nuts. My mother told me not to talk about mouthful.
Polite man.
Good.
Good to be back on the TET, Jake.
Yep, having a lot of fun. Ankle's not bothering much.
Yeah.
Shifting with my hands, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, the suicide shift you made with some paracord, that's probably not TET friendly.
Not entirely, but it'll do.
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah. Good to have you back.
Cheers, mate.
YouTube,
I'm vlogging you, vlogging me.
yeah, back and forth.
Fucking hell.
Do
Fucking
some-
YouTubers, get out of
Yeah, I
get
know.
out of Bosnia.
Only recording and thinking about their audience and whatnot.
Nej. Du trenger ikke flere av de der videoene. Precis när jag tittar upp.
Ja. Men det är grejt att veta att ni inte ligger inne i...
Blommor inne i däcket nu.
Det är vackert.
Easy work, Rasmus.
Yes, I have done this many times.
Good job.
Now we need to pump it up. We need to pump it up. I'm usually done by now.
Quick and dirty, Rasmus.
Yeah, dirty i alla fall.
You ready to move on? Get some lunch?
Yes, please. I was hungry 4 hours ago. I was just about to say, can we stop for lunch? And then I heard flat tire. And my heart sunk.
I can last double as long as you.
Du har möjligheten att komma en comeback.
Johannes, can you tell me what group decision you just influated?
I made a decision for the group. But don't throw me under the bus like this. The bus will be damaged.
So, we're in Bosnia. We have 150 kilometers left on the TET.
No, we have 250.
250 kilometers left on the TET. And I think we decided to throw in the towel and go to a beach in Croatia.
Yeah. Yesterday I was like, let's do it, man. We're so close to the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. Yesterday evening at dinner, Johannes said, no fucking way. We rode TET all this way. Now we have to finish it. 12 hours later.
We started today with the flat tire, so that was not the hard
flat tire and really boring gravel roads actually to get
I was
here.
sitting at the back, eating dust, and I was just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Beach and beaches and beers. Yes.
Beats.
What? Sorry, Rasmus?
Beaches and beers.
Ingvar, what is your take on everything? You happy?
Oh, I'm joining you for the rest of the TET.
Oh, have a challenge?
No, I'm happy to go.
What do you say, Jake? You only just joined us today.
Yeah.
Do you even know what the plan is? We did it in Swedish.
Yeah, well, you know, I had another go this morning, so I'm happy. It is what it is.
It's what it is. All right. That's it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we'll make a new decision in 4 hours.
In 4 hours? In 30 minutes?
Sex shops in Split.
Hey. Get your head out of the gutter, young man.
No, I need a birthday gift for my wife. We talked about it this morning. I got a suggestion from the Mr. 8 Seconds over here.
We'll edit that out, definitely.
The feeling yesterday night, having a pool and having time to relax, not eating dust behind 5 or 6 other motorbikes, not having hand cramps climbing up steep mountains with rocky tracks, but simply just relaxing, had despite our determination to ride all of TET Bosnia been too sweet. We needed some time off the bike, and it was too tempting to see a tarmac road that would take us to coastal heaven in Croatia, only 2 hours of riding away. 11 days ago, we started in Slovenia, and within the first hour, we had several tumbles.
Oh, sorry. Let's move out of the way. We're blocking the way here. Sorry, Stefan.
We drove through the beautiful mountains and the beautiful forests, and the torrential rain we had here made the otherwise rather easy TET Slovenia very challenging.
How are we feeling today, boys?
Very good. Awesome weather.
Awesome fucking weather.
We then entered Croatia and drove all of TET Croatia, still full of energy despite the cold and the rain, which is not what you come to the Balkans for in June.
13 degrees, which is crazy for mid-June in Croatia. 13 degrees, windy, cold, rain once in a while. but should be better in a few days.
Croatia was long, but we ate it up. In only 2 very long days of riding. The further south we came, the better it got, both the weather and the trails.
I love it when you accidentally go on a ride and then where you kind of plan to stop, you end at an afternoon and an evening sunset like this.
Yeah.
We haven't been many places today where the view is this good. Or maybe we did, we just couldn't see it through all the clouds.
The 2 loops of southern TET Croatia were so different from each other. The western track had breathtaking bare mountains with dry tracks despite the rain and very loose rocky trails.
We should have had that on film, Sven.
Oh, sorry.
I was busy filming the other guys, and there you have a massive, beautiful crash.
Yeah. You should have gone before me. Yeah. I'll let you know next time I crash.
Yeah.
And the eastern track was misty and wet and slippery. Through thick forest and easily one of the most magical grassy slippery hill climbs I've ever done.
And where are we actually going, Johannes?
It's either that grassy hill climb or that grassy hill climb. They both look interesting.
But both loops had its victims. First on the western loop, almost near the end, Jake fell over and sprained his left ankle. Then a few hours later, Stefan lost the bike in slippery grass and mud and fell and sprained his right ankle.
I think it's okay.
Is that the legs using those sounds?
Those are ankles.
From here on out, riding the TET was down to Ingvar, Johannes, Rasmus, Sven and me. But as we finished TET Croatia, we decided to ride all the way from Knin to the south of Montenegro. To ride TET Montenegro from south to north, and after a full day of 400-kilometer twisty tarmac, we spent an evening gathering up some strength to TET Montenegro.
You gotta jump in the water.
I've always looked at Rasmus and thought, that's a proper Viking, but he just felt like...
Fuck off!
He fell several points, what a pussy.
The day after we started on TET Montenegro, and it is by far the most beautiful TET I've ever ridden, overall at least. The vastness and remoteness of the mountains in a country with only 600,000 people living in it was stunning. The mountain pass between Podgorica and Kulasin took my breath away, and probably from the entire trip it's the one I remember the best, the one I immediately think of when I think of our Balkan trip. But the plains and mountains near Jezero Kapitanovo was equally stunning, and the tracks so varied, inspiring such a strong feeling of freedom to roam the massive plains, choose whatever track you want, and nothing but sheep, cows and horses to disturb with the sound of our engines. And now we had done more than half of TET Bosnia, and instead of thinking of it as quitting and bailing out, I'm choosing to think of it as we saved the rest of Bosnia to our next adventure. The absolutely amazing trails leading to Jahorinja, the views of the mountains in the sunset.
That's close to drowning on the TET. Fuck, I'm suck at this.
No, you don't.
And the following day, the climbing of the first ski slopes of Bjelašnica, and then later on the same day, Velež mountain, had been the most daring and hard day of riding in my life.
Okay, so it's 6 p.m. Ingmar and I has thrown in the towel here halfway up.
All in all, we had ridden nearly 3,000 kilometers through Slovenia, Croatia, Montenegro, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. And now our TET adventure was over, and we hit the twisty tarmac roads from Jezero Bledinja in Bosnia to Split in Croatia. We were tired and dirty, and our bodies were aching, but we had soft, hazy sunset light and beautiful twisty roads, with music on the Cardo and temperatures reaching 33 degrees at night as we got closer to the sea. And finally, we were here, to our resting station and the end of our adventures. The end of a grand tour on the Trans-European Trail in the breathtaking Balkans.
Bara ha en sån timer på 2 timmar så man kan vända på det.
Jag klarar det.
Är du klar? Okej, så.
Oj! Nei, det går ikke. Jeg hadde ikke noe. Hvorfor blir det endurance, da? Pass på ikke gå for live med deg nå.
Øj, det bliver en lang film det her. Kom nu.
You have to change memory card. Det er bra.
Du fick ändå ta lite.
There's happy hour, there's happy endings.
Nej, det må du ikke sige.
If you made it this far, thank you for riding along. And please, help me out here. Give this video a thumbs up and write me a comment. It makes it all worth it to hear from you, and it helps the algorithm. It's free and it takes very little of your time, and it really does help. And that's it. All there's left to do now is to look to the horizon for new adventures. Make new plans. Plans for memories. Plans to experience this amazing and varied earth we live on 2 wheels, alone or with your mates. And remember, just because you didn't plan it well doesn't make it any less of an adventure. See you in the next one.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Scandi Flick. When we started this brand brand we had no idea about the terrain. We didn't have any. We started in Slovenia. I'm going to do the same. I'm gonna go when we're on our way here to the. I'm going to do the same for this. Fuck my man. Slut. It's 33 degrees by the way, and my camera keeps overheating. This was a mess.
That's it, boys. That's it.
Cardo, step down.
Balkan trip over. Holy crap. That was a long ride. Whoa. Oops.
Cardo, autopilot off.